What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, and Pee Wee, and baby girl Courtney. The childrens are here. 23 years selling full time on eBay, and we are Monday morning. I've been slacking on the videos because eBay's just kept me busy. Busy, as you will see. Plus, it's the weekend, so on the weekends I take pictures. But what I decided to do was list at the same time some of the older stuff that I have pictures for. Normally, I just take usually Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I don't. Why are you moving? I secured you, camera, and I do nothing but pictures. So this time, I went ahead and was listing some media, so it's quicker at the same time. So I would take a break, list media, and then go back and forth. And I actually am 27 items away from already listing the amount I sold last week, and we're just on Monday, and I haven't even started today yet listing. So it was a good thing. I like that. So I might try to do that every week. So Friday through Sunday, not just taking pictures, but trying to go ahead and list the exact number that I sold last week. So then the rest of the week is just the growth of the store. So Monday through Thursday is just growth. So yeah, but so doing that, it's just been keeping me busy. So I haven't really had time to make time to do videos. Plus, while we went through all that stuff with Pee Wee, he's been good since so far. So I thought when I secured you, you were going to stay. No, I guess it overrode it. Sorry. I was trying to get you a good view of Pee Wee and his fluffy face. Why I call him fluffy face. Don't pay attention to the dirty ass keyboard. Are you like me? Like, I don't clean it. I pull it, shake it, and then sometimes it'll get stuck, and I'll have to pop one out and try to get it out that way. And then I'm like, okay, I need a new keyboard. Or do you guys actually detail your keyboard? I think I'm getting ready to buy a new one. I want something more cool. Something with just, this is lights up, but I want something that like shoots laser beams into the sky or something. But anyway, yeah, he's been good so far since we got him home from the hospital with his increased dosage. So hopefully, I say this every time, hopefully it's the amount that makes him stable. There was, so the final decision is, it is epilepsy. There's nothing else that's causing the seizures. It is epilepsy. And it's just about finding the right mixture to balance them out. The doctor there was felt, as the other doctors have too, felt pretty secure that we will be able to get them balanced out. It's just finding that balance. And there is a third drug that they can add to the two he's already taken if necessary. If he tops out on the others, he's almost topped out on one. The other one, I'm not sure, since they upped him another 1,000 milligrams, how far his top out is on that one. But they can also add a third. So we've got two different opinions so far. The new place opens at the end of the month. If he has another one, maybe I go get a third opinion and stop. Just because, obviously the whole CBG or whatever it's called, the marijuana way. I've always kept an eye on that because I've always, even though I personally don't smoke marijuana, it just don't make sense to me to escape a reality. For me, it's about, I didn't need it for medical reasons, right? So for me, it's about creating a reality that I don't have to escape from. But I know there's a medical side to it also that can help things. So I've always had the door open for that. And I've done a lot of reading on it. And like I said, the one reading from some university, I can't remember which one, in March, If you mix that with the seizure meds, at least in, I think it was done in rats, there is a negative. I wish I could remember the details, or even find. I have to go back and look for the article. But you shouldn't mix them as of right now, according to that study. So I can't just. And then a lot of these doctors, they don't want to touch it yet because there's not enough research out there for it. And being that this research just came out in March, compared to the few years that it's been kind of a thing that you could use. So it's just about not jumping into it too quickly until there's, last thing I want to do is harm them even more. So the door is always open there. So maybe this new place, maybe it has a younger doctor who's been included in studies or something, or has read more than I have, or, I'm always looking at getting different advice just in case. I mean, if a doctor said, hey, we can take him off this and put him on this and he'll be totally the same or better, and it's cheaper, or not as many pills or whatever, I'm there. But the first goal is, no matter the cost, is to keep him the most stable with doing the less damage to his body. So we got a appointment Wednesday with our vet. I'm going to get the fatty tumor checked out on Courtney, which hopefully is just an age fatty tumor, and then get his blood work done again because they keep an eye on his liver. So that's about $300 every time we do that. So it's about $300 every 5 or 6 weeks for him on that. Plus we just dropped $600 on his medication, his emergency medication. So yeah. He's an expensive St. Bernard, but that's all right. And he's drinking so much water, he peed again last night in the house. So we done a deep clean this morning, so I haven't got no work done. We're going on 2 p.m., so I'm at my halfway point right now. But I've been cleaning all day, mopping floors and such. So now I'm ready to get to work after. I got to change my mood set, so that's why I started making the video. But onward. So sales, last 4 days, eBay's been giving me goodness. I've done an average a little over $1,000 a day for the last 4 days. That's both of my stores included. So we're going to look at what's sold and look at the numbers and such. A lot of you guys have been commenting a lot on seeing the amount of items I'm selling and how it's motivating you to keep listing and stuff, being that you guys knew what my store, my account has gone through in the last 2.5 years dealing with all these technical issues and stuff. And I doubt I'm going to get to 1,000 a day because I have noticed problems that I have not noticed the last 4 days. Just things are not loading properly. Like my overview page will go revert back to something that maybe 2 hours ago when things were sold had a certain amount. And since then I've sold some and it would rate the updated amount, but every so often it'll revert back to an old number. So it's not loading properly today. So I don't know if that's not communicating right, what the problem is there. So, but there is definitely an issue that I have not seen in the last 4 days. So I'll be surprised if I get to, actually, I won't be surprised just because the last 4 days, eBay's been pretty consistent. So I still think there is growth with the eBay and with the size of my store. I mean, I was doing $1,000 a day, the year before COVID. And I only had like 35,000 listings, and I'm getting ready to hit 60,000 now. So there's still some difference there, whether, is that through glitches and problems, or is that just the way the promoted algorithms and the search algorithms work these days, right? I don't know which one it is, but I'm happy with the fact that my volume keeps coming back up near to where normal should be. So I'm happy about that. So $1,000 a day is $500 in my pocket. To do my payroll and bills and everything, that's only $240. So I'm technically doubling my money. Um, and like I said before, my bills, other than what I've been buying lately, is normal stuff that I would have if I was working a job anywhere else. I would have a car payment. I would have cell phone bills, everything except the storage lockers at $700 a month. That's the only business expense that I wouldn't have if I was working, a 9 to 5 job. So all my profit, there goes my, this thing is just messing up. Um, all my profit is going to, except the 700, is going to bills that I would have no matter what. But then to get an extra 250 on top of that, that just goes into the savings, and or paying for some of the items I bought. So it's good to see. I reached out to a company, the Seller Champ, so I'm going to get that started here soon, with listing. I'm curious to see how they've improved since I've used them. It's probably been 10 years since I've used them, maybe 9, maybe 8, somewhere in there. But I'm able to scan media super quick. The problem at the time was, why I quit, is kind of sloppy. Like sometimes, if you put an album, a cassette, it'll bring up a picture of an album, or it will bring up a picture of a cassette with the pictures it just pulls off the internet. So the pictures were always kind of sloppy. The details were always kind of sloppy. But now they have an app, so I'm curious to see how that compares to taking pictures with the eBay on the eBay app. Is it quicker? Does it function better? So I can still put pictures, my own pictures, on product that I want to, but I think I'm going to start being go back to being lenient on the pictures, and if it looks right, it looks right. Not worry about doing a front and a back, etc., etc. I'll probably get more questions, like what's the song tracks on this, if it doesn't pull those over, but I'll deal with that when I get to it. While I'm waiting back for the second program to see, which was created by an eBay seller, so it may have more usefulness to me than Seller Champ, but I want to give at least Seller Champ another go just to see how they've improved it, because they were the one thing I liked about them, and I may have had an influence on the fact that they have an app service now, because every time I said, hey, you should do this, you should do that, a week later they did it, and it was there for me. So they were real good in the customer service feedback department on making their service better and making it fit everybody. They were no matter what I suggested I gave them, they updated it and implemented it. And so I could have had an influence on the app, because that was one of the reasons I left. I want to take a picture, and if you had an app, I'd be able to take my pictures better. So I'll give them another chance. It's $150 a month, up to 100,000 items. So if it's flowing right and working properly, you're going to see a huge increase in my media, which is going to change a couple of different things. I'm going to have to start digging in storage to get to my media. And 2, if I have to start buying more media almost daily just to feed the beast feel, that's what I'm going to do. Because if I take my media from, like I got, I think 17,000 CDs, there goes the camera again, 17,000 CDs maybe. And if I can get that up to 27 or double it, and I see my numbers increase dramatically, then I know we're back to that feeding the beast feel with eBay. And it would make sense to invest in more of the CDs and DVDs, et cetera, because I can jam them out really quick and see an increase that's paying for it and making profit. So, so I'm excited to see that and get that going. I think I've got a nice little schedule set up the way I do things. So how I will use that, I don't know. Maybe I'll use that on the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to get my number of items plus what I sold last week. And then during the week, work on everything else, the second store, hats, odds and ends. So maybe I only use it 3 days a week. I don't know. We'll see. Unless something happens like today, I got a big box from eBay. I think there's 77 new CDs in there. So if I all of a sudden get something and if it would only take me 30 minutes to list those, then I'll go ahead and knock them up. So I have to see how it works these days and determine on how I throw it into my schedule. But yeah, so I'm kind of excited to see how that'll work. Nose itch. All right, let me shrink myself here and we'll get into some of these numbers and I'll shut up a little. No, I won't shut up because I got to talk. All right, shrink me. You're shrunken. I'll leave Courtney there in the edge so you can see her. All right, let's see where we're at. So today, yeah, and we're at 2 p.m. exactly right now. And see, you just saw it. I don't know if you saw it because my head was in the way. It says 170. Well, I've sold since then. So if I refresh, it says 227. Since that one order came through, it's been stagnant. So I deleted my emails this morning. So I had a sale at 218. And then that one order came in at 253. So we're over an hour with nothing so far. So it looks like an offer might have just came through. Nope, that's just an ad. So yeah, we're over an hour and nothing has come through. So this is totally different patterns than what the last 4 days were like, which is odd because there was only like a 3-hour shutdown for me overnight. So was it eBay caused or related? I don't know, since it's only 3 hours. It's hard to say. But yeah, it's definitely not playing nicely today because that would show we're on track to only do $450 today, which would be one of my lowest days. It would be my second lowest day in the last 31 days after having 4 huge days. So between this store and my other store, we were at, for 4 days, we were at about $4,200, I believe it was. So just a little over $1,000 a day. So happy to have that in the bank. Let's see where we are for the month with what has sold, items that have sold this month. Actually, I don't know if it's going to show there. So we're at $11,747 with this store halfway through the month. That's down 8%. So even with those 4 days, I'm still down. Pretty high selling cost, 55%. That's still a little higher. Should be coming down now. So that kind of stinks a little bit. But hopefully my other store's making up for that. We'll check that too. Down 16% on the net sales. So that's not too good. So yeah, we don't have that there. So I'm going to have to, after I'm done here, I'll check my off-site offers because maybe it's not producing like it was and it's costing me more money now than it should. So I might check that and see how that's running. So this month so far, number 5 on the list is DVDs and Blu-rays at $406. So pretty lame there, but up 10% from last month. So hopefully all these media numbers will have a huge increase once I start using Seller Champ and start digging into my storage and finding these items. Moving down to number 4, cassettes, $1,234, down 8%. Vinyl coming in at number 3, a nice up on the vinyl, up 52.4% at $1,700. Hats still below the CDs at $1,934. And CDs, $2,961. Took a lot of pictures of hats yesterday. So I think outside of the program I'm going to use, I'm really going to start focusing heavily on hats to get those numbers back up, along with heavily getting my second store fully clothed, if you will. Pun intended. Let's see here. This month over here. So $1,210, up 57%. Selling cost 42% here. So that brings that 55 down some at least. If we average them out. So that's good. What will that be? 55 plus 42. 55 plus 42 equals, divided by 2, 48.5% between them both. So that other numbers, the other numbers should come down a little bit still too by the end of the month. It usually does. So $636 in the pocket this month, up 45%. 49 items sold, up 60%. Top 5 over here is women's pants at number 5. Women's jackets and coats at number 4. Women's handbags at number 3. Women are just killing it over here, aren't they? Something I got to pay more attention to when I am thrifting at the bins. Number 2, or maybe even looking out for some bulk deals. Number 2, NCAA. Number 2, and then of course the foundation item for the new store is t-shirts. So almost $500 in t-shirts for the month. So that's the one I'm hoping to hit the hardest over here. So I got lots of t-shirts the last couple of times at the bins. So I took a bunch of pictures of t-shirts yesterday also. So we're going to work heavy into this. The plan is, the plan is to work heavy in this store the rest of this month, maybe even double the inventory, and see if we can double the cost, double the sales. What's been selling over here? So right now we got 799 items listed. Some of this stuff is still from the bundle of clothes that was wrongly sent to me. They sent me the good stuff instead of the bad stuff. I still haven't got all that listed yet. So all this is from that I've been putting up lately. So, and at least what sold yesterday was like it's missing some stuff. There's been at least 3 sales after this. So there's one there. See, everything's not updating properly. Now it's gone. So this, with my new account too, everything's not updating properly on eBay today with me, and it's going to affect the sales. So that was a Harley Davidson shirt, long sleeve shirt that sold. Got this in the bundle of jackets and hoodies that I bought. We got some limited jeans, Duck Commander hat. I had listed a few hats over here in this store, just for the howl of it. The Beastie Boys Check Your Head, some Tory Burch thongs they've got at the bins, Simply Peachy hoodie, Day to Remember, Banana Republic button up, J. Crew pants, Pink Floyd, Mario Kart, Kiss, another Harley with Looney Tunes, Metallica, New Orleans Saints. All these t-shirts are part of that lot I bought. Lil Wayne. And then we got some Chico's women's pants from the bins. And we're back into the t-shirts that I got. So you've seen this stuff before if you been watching the videos. All right, so onward to the big store. Let's see, what did I list yesterday? Probably media. Yep, a bunch of media yesterday. It's what I listed the most over the past 3 days. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully we'll get that volume greatly increased. Let me see how many CDs I do have. I think 17,000. Yeah, 17,000 plus. So we'll work on getting that number increased. Sold. All right. This is the latest sale. Somebody came in and bought a bunch of buy two, get two on the classical vinyl records. Like I said, when it comes to the classical stuff, they sell best when somebody comes in and buys a lot of it. Every so often I'll sell a one piece here, one piece there, but it does better when somebody comes in and buys many of it. So if you do get into something like classical, commit to it and always get it, always find it, always list it, because you're going to get more sales when you got more in your store. You can't just get a couple pieces and say, oh, classical doesn't sell for me. It's just not the way that genre works. But like, here's one by itself, Beethoven record. But they're few and far between like that. Watch it make a liar out of me, but it's usually few and far between when I sell one piece of classical. VHS tapes still selling. And those are picking up too. That's another one I hope to increase also with using the new program, because it's anything with a barcode basically you can use and make things quicker. And that's including boxed items also, not just media, which I could probably use it for. Well, it's going to be hooked up to a different account than what I'm using. Then it's going to be hooked up to the big account, not the little one. So I don't know if I can use two accounts on it. I'll have to check that and see. Video games, cassettes, CDs. A lot more of those new CDs that I bought off eBay. I just listed this one. This is one I picked up at the yard sale. I just listed that this weekend. That's the yard sale where he said, make me an offer on all the VHS tapes. I went through and just started to pick out the new ones. They were a quarter a piece. And he said, make me a deal and just take it all. So I listed, I know I got the new ones listed, so got good to see one of those already sold. So I made more off of that than what I paid for the whole collection I bought. So already in the profit on that buy. 8-track, more vinyl from that yard sale early. Just put this up this weekend. I did put some, if you saw the picture in the community, I bought a lot of, on Saturday I was striking out at yard sales. Found some good items. Found some jerseys and stuff that'll go up soon. But so I went over to the bins. I found a lot of good hats. That West Coast Choppers was one of them that was in there. So I've listed a handful of those just to see if I can get some money back. I think I've sold 3 of the 6 or 7 that I listed. So that's how good they were. So got some of that money back quick. All these vinyls were buy 2, get 2 free, part of a lot. I had to use 3. They bought so much vinyl, I had to use 3 vinyl boxes. So I think you can get 6 or 8 vinyl in one box. And I used 3 different boxes, and I taped them all together to make one package out of it. But they bought all these and 1 CD thrown in. Actually, not even everything showing up that they bought. There's so much that does not show up over here. But if you notice too, my number finally jumped up another 100, so we're at 5,300 on our way to the 6,000. But not everything's showing up, so it's never going to be an accurate number. I sold this ball glove, and then I sold another one for like $60, I think, $70 or something. Also, t-shirts, CDs. This was another one I put up this weekend, Black Rifle. So I guess I sold at least 4 of those. Jan will be happy to see some Christmas so. I didn't even remember this being in the store. It sold, and I'm like, how long's that been in the store? I can't see the screen right now because my receiver popped off. So, but that ball knoppers, I don't remember putting that up. I was kind of shocked when that saw. Waiting for my screen to come back on. All right. Another one of those cat dishes. I think I had like 4 of those. I think I've sold 2 so far. Media. You all right, Fluffy? Apparently we'll lay on the floor. It's a little colder for him. I sold several of these this weekend too. The model kits I picked up at the bins. I think I sold 4 or 5 of them this weekend. To all different buyers. A nice vinyl record there. Video game manual. Selling those 45s that I bought off eBay. Boy Scouts. These were all one lot. Nice vinyl there. The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh. VHS tapes. There. Where's that other baseball glove at? It was over here. Why did it not show up this time? There's another one of those. Maybe it's down farther. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So $70 for this old baseball glove found at the bins. That's why I normally pick up pretty much all the baseball gloves I find at the bins, because you never know, especially when you see the old ones. This was a buy 2, get 2 lot. More denim. Video game. Lion King. Picked that up at the bins. Here's the first hat that I listed that sold for $42. And I guess B. These are all buy 2, get 2. I bought a lot of cassettes. All these were one order. Then we get into CDs. Tiny Toons. Found that at the bins also. So I think the last 2 days I've sold like 82 or 84. The day before that I sold 113. But today's just stinking. There's another one. Yep. Well, at least I enjoyed the 4 days while I had them. Oh, these are the other vinyls from that same person that bought the ones up above. Because when I went to ship them this morning, they combined the 2 orders together. Even my pens are starting to move. Yes. Enjoying the busyness. That's what I've been doing. So that's the last 240 items that's sold. today, a little over halfway through my day, I'm only at how many items? 19. So that's saying less than 40 items will sell today if something don't change. Where yesterday 82, 84, 113, and 78. So you can definitely see something's changed today compared to those days. So hopefully we'll have a nice turnaround, because even during this video, nothing's come through. If you've watched enough of my videos, you know normally something comes through when I'm making the video. So today something definitely is up that's different going on with my accounts than previous 4 days. Boo. And here we are again, still reading that 170. So not properly loading. There's the 227. So, boo, eBay. But thank you for the 4 days. All right. Well, that is all. I got to get back to work here. And why am I frozen? I am frozen up. Was the screen frozen up? I hope not. All right. Well, at least I'm frozen. My whole camera system's froze. Yeah, it won't even shut. Oh well, from a frozen James to hopefully a non-frozen you. I will see you all in the next video. Later.